Breaking news after the major U.S. strikes on Iran. Tonight, hear the new classified intelligence report, a preliminary report on what could be a reality check now on the U.S. attack on Iranian nuclear enrichment facilities. President Trump had declared they were completely and totally obliterated. But tonight, sources say this new preliminary Pentagon report finds the damage was limited, saying Iran's nuclear program was only set back a few months. That daring military mission, B-2 bombers setting off from Missouri, deploying those 30,000-pound bombs for the first time on the battlefield. The satellite images showing the target sites, signs of damage, holes in the ground, but it remains unclear tonight just how much and what kind of damage they did below. Sources say the preliminary report also indicates much of Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium was not destroyed because it was likely moved before the U.S. attack. And tonight, hear the moment President Trump lashed out today using an expletive when talking to reporters on the White House lawn about Israel and Iran and this fragile ceasefire. ABC's chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce leading us off tonight.
President Trump insists the U.S. strikes on Iran obliterated its nuclear program. But tonight, sources tell us a preliminary Pentagon report indicates at least 2 of the Iranian nuclear facilities targeted were not completely destroyed, and that Iran's program was only set back a few months.
You don't believe that Iran can rebuild its nuclear program? Well, Iran will never rebuild its nuclear. From there? Absolutely not. That place is under rock. That place is demolished.
But sources say the preliminary report from the Defense Intelligence Agency and U.S. Central Command indicates much of Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium was not destroyed because it was moved before the U.S. struck. The International Atomic Energy Agency has warned nearly 900 pounds of near-weapons-grade uranium is unaccounted for. Sources tell us the Pentagon's early intelligence indicates Iran's centrifuges also remain intact. And though the bombing sealed off the entrances to 2 of the nation's nuclear facilities, they did not destroy their underground structures. Tonight, the White House pushing back. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth saying, based on everything we have seen, and I've seen it all, our bombing campaign obliterated Iran's ability to create nuclear weapons. It comes amid a fragile truce between Iran and Israel, a ceasefire announced by Trump last night. But in the hours before it went into effect, Iran and Israel continuing to strike at each other.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either.
Trump clearly furious, using an expletive.
We basically have 2 countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing. Do you understand that?
Soon after, the president speaking with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And tonight, both Israel and Iran committing to the ceasefire, which for now appears to be holding.
So let's bring in Mary Bruce. She's live tonight from the Netherlands, where President Trump is attending the NATO summit now. And Mary, the president has insisted that the U.S. strikes obliterated Iran's nuclear program. Obviously, this new early intelligence indicates something a bit different here.
It does, David. President Trump insists that the U.S. strikes against Iran obliterated and completely destroyed all nuclear facilities and capability. But sources say this early intelligence indicates that's not the case and that Iran's nuclear program was only set back by a few months. Now, again, David, this is only preliminary intelligence. We're still waiting on the final report. David.
Mary Bruce traveling with the president. Mary, thank you.